Good evening, students. I am Mrs. Parvati, PGT Physics, Holy Hearts Educational Academy, Raipur, Chhattisgarh. Today I am here to start the new lesson. Lesson number 3, Current Electricity. Till now, in lesson number 1 and 2, we have studied electrostatics, that is, charges which are at rest. They have properties, 4 properties. Number 1, force, and number 2, electric field intensity, and number 3, electrical potential, and number 4, electrical capacitance. In detail we have studied. So this lesson consists only when the charges are in motion. Then in detail we are going to study about this charges are in motion. Right? So what is current electricity? The subject which deals with the charges which are in motion. Okay. So in this chapter also, how charges are moving. We know that the substances can be categorized into 3: conductors and semiconductors and insulators. This chapter we restrict our discussion to the conductors, that too solid conductors, that too metals. Right? So you know structure of metals. What is the structure of metal here? Atomic structure of metal. Metal consists of so many molecules and atoms here. Each atom consists of nucleus, and nucleus consists of neutrons and protons, and electrons are revolving around the nucleus in definite orbits, circular orbits here. The electrons which are tightly bound to the nucleus are called bound electrons. Electrons which are very far away from the nucleus are called free electrons. So if they get a small amount of energy also, they quit the surface of the atom and come out of the atom here and start moving if we provide sufficient amount of energy here. Right? So in conductors, the charge carriers are only free electrons. Right? What are the charge carriers in conductors? That too in metal, solid conductors, free electrons. In this chapter we are going to discuss this point here. Okay, in liquids also current flows, that is in ions, and in gases also ions are there, charge carriers. But here in solids, in conductors, we take free electrons. Right? Okay. Now, whenever the charge is moving in a conductor in the absence of electric field, there is no current flowing. Of course, electrons are moving. The charge is moving, but the current in the conductor is zero. Why? Because electrons move randomly with different velocities. The average velocity of all electrons is zero here. Right? So this is about charges in motion. We call it as current here. Suppose I will take a substance. In that substance there are positive charges moving and negative charges also moving. The positive charges are moving, the net positive charge moving in a particular direction, forward direction, is Q plus I will take. The net negative charge moving in a particular direction is Q minus I will, same direction I will take here. The total charge will be Q plus minus Q minus. That is the net charge, total charge moving in forward direction in a particular substance. That charge moving through a substance per unit time is called current. Okay. But in conductors I told you only free electrons here. Right? So what is current? Flow of charge per unit time is called current. Flow of charge per unit time. Flow of net charge. Q is equal to, I told you, Q plus minus Q minus. Why minus sign there? Because of negative charge here. Right? So that is called total charge, net charge. That net charge moving in a particular direction in a conductor or in any substance, in liquid, gas, that is called current. Per unit time is called current. Okay. So generally, so what is the formula for I? I is the symbol of current. I is equal to Q by T. That is the expression for current. Generally, the current measured in conductors is already, I told you, free electrons here. And if the total charge, how do you find the total charge moving in a conductor? You know the fundamental charge. What is the fundamental charge? Charge on electron is equal to 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulombs. Okay. Suppose if I want to calculate the total charge present in a conductor, if 5 electrons are moving, then what is the charge? 5 into 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulombs. In that way, we have studied in our lesson number 1 the charge. But this charge is moving here. It is moving, not at rest here. So that charge flowing through a conductor per unit time, that is called current. The SI unit of current is ampere in the name of the honor of the scientist here. We say that current SI unit is ampere. It is a fundamental unit. Right? Okay. So it is not possible always. Currents are not always steady. Steady currents are not flowing always in all situations. So we take del Q is the amount of charge flowing through a conductor in delta T time. Then what is the current here? Current I is given by, we write del Q by delta T, limit delta T tends to 0. If delta T tends to 0, maximum charge is flowing, so maximum current is flowing here. So we can represent that the current I is given by, see, limit del Q by delta T, where delta T tends to 0, that is nothing but I is equal to Q by T. Generally we measure, it is del Q is the net charge flowing in forward direction. Del Q is the net charge flowing in the forward direction here, and SI unit of current is ampere. What is the formula for current? I is equal to dq by dt, rate of flow of charge with respect to time, and the SI unit I told you about ampere. Dimension formula is A because it is a fundamental quantity. So A is the fundamental quantity is dimension, current dimension, that is A for ampere also. Generally the ampere unit current is very large. Practically we take 1 microampere. What is micro? 10 raised to minus 6. 1 microampere is equal to 10 raised to minus 6 amperes. Right? So, where does this small amount of current is flowing? I'll give you an example. In our body, nerve system, small current is flowing. You know, it is in the order of microamperes in nerve system, human beings. Right? So where is a large current flowing here? You know, lightnings, when the rain, before the rain comes, lightnings occur. In that lightnings here, large amounts of several tens of thousands of amperes of current is flowing. Tens of thousands of amperes of currents is flowing in the lightning here. So, but practically we take ampere and milliampere, microampere like that here. But several amperes of current is flowing in the lightning only, naturally occurring process. Right? So, let us start about the, what here? In the, what will happen? Let us come back to the, how current flows in the conductor. Due to the flow of electrons in a particular direction. Generally, when there is no electric field is applied, the current is flowing. Of course, the electrons are moving randomly, zigzagly, with different velocities, U1, U2, U3 and so on here. But what is the current meaning? In a forward direction, what is the net charge moving? The net charge in forward direction is 0, moving velocities. U1 plus U2 and so on, Un upon 0, upon N is equal to 0. They are not moving. For particular forward direction, no charge is flowing. So current is 0. But in the absence of electric field. But when you connect the conductor to an external field, how? By applying the battery, by connecting the battery terminal here, current is flowing. Okay, the electrons are moving in a particular direction towards the positive terminal of the conductor, positive terminal of the battery. Right? But you know, always in our previous class also we have studied the direction of flow of conventional current is opposite to that of flow of electrons. That is a convention. In 16th century onwards, all the books are written like this only. The direction of motion of charge, positive charge is considered as direction of current. But current flowing in the conductor is free electrons. So the free electron motion direction and current direction are opposite to each other. Whenever I say current means conventional current, that is opposite to the flow of electrons. It's clear now? Okay. So here electrons in the presence of electric field, that is cell or battery, is the origin of energy provided to the electrons to move in a particular direction, forward direction. What is the source of electrons to move from one point to another point? Cell or battery here. When you connect it, then it carries the current here. The energy flows, kinetic energy of electrons will calculate. That is, current is flowing. I is equal to Q by T. Okay. So here, what is Ohm's law? What is Ohm's law? You know, potential difference between 2 points of the conductor is V, and I is the current flowing through the conductor. You know that here. The potential applied to the points of two points of the conductor is directly proportional to the current flowing in the conductor, provided physical conditions should be kept constant. What are physical conditions? Like temperature, pressure must be constant. Then only Ohm's law is obeyed. What is Ohm's law? When the physical conditions are kept constant, like temperature and pressure, the potential difference between 2 points of conductor is directly proportional to current flowing through the conductor. So V is proportional to I mathematically, or V is equal to R into I, where R is called resistance and our resistance R is equal to V by I. The unit of potential is V, volt, and I is current and R is ohm. So 1 ohm is equal to 1 volt upon 1 ampere. What is resistance? It is the property of the conductor to oppose the flow of charge. That is called resistance here. The rest of the lesson, children, we will study in the next class. See you. Bye bye.